Yo, what up out there in YouTube land? We at y'all, this is gonna be our first. We're gonna start doing this podcast at least 2 to 3 times weekly. So we hope y'all will come and join us. And we actually have a call-in line. The phone is right here on the floor, but we're not gonna be using it for the first month or two. So unless we get a really good if we start getting some really good feedback early in the show, then we'll go ahead and hook the phone up and start taking y'all's calls. But we plan to not have a ton of subscribers or people joining our live for the first month or two. So, usually YouTube starts out slow. In case y'all didn't know, me and Big Doug have already done a YouTube show. Mine is DJ Dusky. His is...
The
YouTube channel?
The Bible is speaking.
But the Bible is speaking.
But I haven't did nothing in a while.
I haven't done anything in about 6 months. He probably ain't did nothing in about the same amount of time. So we are familiar with it. We understand that YouTube starts slow. It takes some consistency. So we're planning for the future. So if y'all do enjoy our show, and if y'all would please subscribe, if y'all leave us a like, if y'all give us comments, if y'all attend the live show once we start that up, we will hook the phone lines up and get y'all's takes on some of these topics we're going to be doing. But in the meantime, we haven't come up with a name yet. So if y'all want to give us some suggestions in the comments, we'll be glad to take those into consideration. It's going to be like a news type of show, current events, black community stuff, worldwide stuff, sports, anything, religion, Bible, God, spirituality, anything you could think of, silliness, ratchetness, whatever, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm Ronnie. They call me Ron Dusky. This is
Doug. They call me Big Doug. That's
my stepfather. Yeah, I'm his stepson. And we got another person that will be joining us from time to time, which is my son, which is his grandson, Asair. We call him Asi. So y'all get to know that pretty soon. But anyway, good to have you people with us. Thanks for joining the show. We're gonna go ahead and start the topics. Our first one we was gonna speak on was the boxing match that happened last night, which is Vasyl Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell.
Which was Saturday, wasn't it?
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, today's Monday. I'm crazy. Yeah. I'm thinking today's Sunday because it's a holiday.
Right.
Happy Labor Day if you do that kind of thing.
Everybody.
Anyway, Big Doug, how'd you feel about the fight? Did you end up going back and watching it?
I didn't. I watched the highlights of it, and they said Lomo. They said that Lomo kind of struggled, but he didn't struggle. But they said that
it wasn't a clean performance, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you think about it, though? Because I know you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it over my cousin's house. I was about to watch it on my phone, and then because it was only like $5 for the ESPN Plus, and I went ahead and downloaded that, which I already had to download. I just had to renew my subscription, and then I thought to call my cousin because I couldn't get a hold of my stepfather. So he answered the phone, and I shot over his house, and we ended up watching it together from like round 3 on. But the first round or two, from what I saw on my phone, Loma was I wouldn't say he was in total control, but he wasn't really having a lot of trouble though. Right. I thought he clearly won the rounds. Round 2 a little less so than the first round, but he won them. It wasn't really busy round for either fighters. Kind of filling out rounds, stuff like that. Right. As the fight progressed, I felt like, I don't know how other people feel, but from my point of view, I felt like Loma did really good in the early rounds. The middle rounds, Campbell got a lot busier. Right. And then towards the end of the fight, Loma really did damage in the 11th round. I mean, like, really did damage. He actually hurt Loma towards the middle of the fight.
Oh, well, yeah?
Late middle of the fight. I think it was like round 10-ish. 9 or 10-ish.
Right.
But Loma hurt him real bad in the round 11. I thought he was about to stop it a couple of times. But end of the fight, the very last round, Campbell was still fighting back. He never rolled over. Like he came back a couple of times, and I was actually rooting for him to hang in there because as much as I love Vasyl Lomachenko, I get tired of seeing people quit on their stool.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Just make it competitive.
Yeah, make it competitive. Exactly.
Right.
And it's kind of like, dang, I feel bad for rooting for somebody to not be great. But right. It's not that I want you to be great. It's kind of like I just want to see him have a fight every once in a while.
Right,
because
that's a good fight.
Yeah.
Almost like well, I can't say Deontay Wilder because I mean, even though
Wilder's had a couple good fights.
Yeah, well, for example, I was gonna say the Tyson Fury and Wilder, but I thought Tyson Fury won the most of the rounds, but them 2 knockdowns.
I thought that would have won him the fight.
What's that?
Deontay Wilder. Those 2 knockdowns.
Yeah, but I think that because
Fury won so many rounds.
Because I had Fury at least winning. I mean, I can see his gripe about saying he he won the fight. But I mean, you can at least say, well, 2 other rounds, like you can say, I don't know. The first 2 rounds I thought was very kind of up in the air. It was very close round, so you couldn't just say, oh, Tyson, because Tyson Fury really didn't start getting busy till like the 3rd round, 3rd, 4th round.
Right.
Then I thought he kind of dominated, except them 2 knockdowns.
But even before that, I felt like Deontay Wilder had a not to make this a whole Deontay Wilder podcast, y'all, but even before that, I felt like Deontay Wilder had a good fight on his hands with Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a good because he hurt Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Stop that fight.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Tyson Fury's next opponent? You know, he's it's almost kind of like the same. It almost seems like the same exact way with the last fight he had when they hyped that dude up a whole lot and he was undefeated.
Right.
But he fought all tomato cans.
Right.
And went in there and got punished. You know what I mean? Like it don't even seem like Tyson Fury's that big of a hitter, but he made that dude look really small. He whooped him for real. But I was listening to Teddy Atlas's podcast. It's called The Fight with Teddy Atlas. And he talked about that guy like it's just not going to be a competitive fight. He went back and showed a fight where the guy almost like took a fall. Like a guy hit him. I think it was like below the belt, but he act like it just totally obliterated him. You could tell he was looking for a disqualification.
Right.
He didn't want to finish the fight on his own. He wanted disqualification. He was like, I'm telling you, Tyson Fury is going to destroy this guy. And he went in there and he did. But they saying the guy that he's fighting this time, I can't think of his name. I think he may be from like where is it? I don't think it's the Czech Republic or Denmark or Norway, somewhere.
I mentioned it's like some name though. I know what he's fighting.
Yeah,
because I think.
But he's a foreigner for sure.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be better than the last guy he fought.
Because when Deontay Wilder fight, and then they said after that fight, then those 2 probably gonna rematch.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought they should have rematched before.
Yeah, I thought immediately
they went to somebody else. Exactly. I thought immediately because you never know. Look what happened to Anthony Joshua. You keep waiting and waiting and waiting. You mess around and get beat by somebody you didn't expect to lose to.
Exactly. And I think too that's what kind of to me. I think that the manager kind of messed up. Eddie Hearn messed up.
Man, he's the worst.
Joshua up because by not taking, kept,
not taking the big fight,
and then that just really kind of destroyed it a little bit.
And you know why they do it? In my opinion, of course it's money, but I think they think. I mean, obviously you could get more money if you fought Fury or Wilder,
right?
But I think they're feeling like. We don't have to go out and take this fight because it's a dangerous fight. Because regardless, pre-Ruiz fight,
right,
he could put $60,000 in the seats by himself, no matter who he fought.
Yep.
Tomato can fight.
Yep.
Over there in the UK, people's coming to see Anthony Joshua regardless.
Exactly. Because Wembley, I think when he fought, I can't think of it at one fight. Him and Klitschko. I think it was like 70,000, 80,000 people.
Goodness, and I can't imagine because Klitschko's been the people's champion for a long. He ain't a people's champion, but he's been the champion for a long time.
I mean, he's been the the king.
Yeah, I don't say people's champion because his style is so boring. You know?
Right.
They say jab, clinch. Right. That's Klitschko, and I love Klitschko. Dr. Iron Fist.
Yes. He's been so dominant though. It's just like really. Nobody hardly even talked about him like
exactly.
I mean, I guess
his style is so boring though.
And the thing about it, that he would just dominate everybody.
Everybody.
It's the boxing.
After Lennox Lewis was done, it really wasn't nobody that could challenge Klitschko. And he never fought Vitaly because they're brothers.
Right, and that's why it's so exciting. Because now the heavyweight division, Klitschko dominated everybody. Now you got. Now you got Fury, you got Wilder, you got Ruiz now.
If Ruiz can stay off PEDs.
No, I'm talking about the other.
Oh, Ruiz. I'm talking about Ortiz. You're right. Ruiz, Joshua's
still in the thick.
Your boy is still up there. He's still decent. Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
If Dillian White can stay off of PEDs, he's a good competitor. Your boy just lost, but I thought he was good. Big dude, shoulders like Dwight Howard.
I cannot think of his name.
What is his name?
Black dude?
Yeah, from the UK.
Oh my goodness! Oh, you talking about
Yard? Anthony Yard.
Oh, okay. Yard.
Anthony Yard's real good.
Yeah,
your boy Usyk. What's his last name? Come on, Aussie. Usyk. It ain't Alexander, is it? Oh, sir. If you're leaving, close the door. Come say hi to the show, man. Come here, just real quick.
You have to say hello to the show.
Say what's up, man. You can be a part of this. Hurry up. Right, the camera's right there.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
You're not on it. Look, you're not in the shot.
Hi.
Get out. Crazy.
Shut the door.
Cause you crazy. Get out, punk.
Ooh, it's on the E.
Again? Boy, it's always eating.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll get you something to eat in a minute. Go tell Gigi to give you some milk. Take your cup out there. I love you.
Actually, I already have milk.
All right. I love you.
Are you still going to give me something to eat?
Yeah. Greedy.
Man,
Close the door out there. Heck yeah.
I have that.
I'm cutting your party out too. All right, Big Doug. But all right. I guess that's enough boxing. What you think about NFL news, Big Doug? Who's looking good to you this year? Who you think's a sleeper? Who you think's gonna be whack?
I know one thing though that I did want to talk about.
What's that?
And I've been hearing about, even like on how I've been seeing some channels on YouTube talking about, like with ESPN, basically with you got Lomo is number one.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And then you got what do y'all think out there with the when it comes to bias, when it comes
pound
to
for pound
boxers? Because I mean, it's just my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion. Like a lot of I know ESPN, they got Lomo number one. They got Crawford two, and I don't know who they got three, but
probably Canelo.
Yeah, probably so. I think they got Canelo, but I heard it. Different channels talk about how ESPN can be biased when it comes to and. Even Timothy Bradley. And I'm not trying to throw no shade on his name, but I'm just saying that I've been.
Does he work for ESPN now?
Yeah,
he does because he was doing the fight Saturday.
Like and I've heard some of the interviews that he did. Like he actually went at Earl Spence because Earl Spence made a comment about that he ducked.
Crawford.
Well, yeah, he said he's ducking. He said like a lot of the the PBC fighters are ducking Crawford. Wow. And that's what he made a comment. And Earl Spence made a comment and said, well, you ducked me when you fight. You retired instead of fighting me. Yeah, he made a comment.
I ran you out of boxing.
Yeah, and I listened to some interviews and it does seem like a little bit biased because I'm like, yeah, if you good, you good. Like I'm not gonna lie. I was you know me, Big Hub. I was a doubter of Lomo for a while. I was like,
because I was high on him.
Yeah, and I was like,
you was like, I don't know.
Man, he ain't fought no. Like he only fought like 3.
He had only had like 4 or 5 fights back then.
Right.
When people was talking him up like that.
But he's the real deal. But I don't. But to me, is when it comes to bias. I mean, I kind of agree. It is a little bit biased, even with ESPN, because I know. Remember we watched the Tyson Fury fight. It was Tyson Fury when he fought what's the guy that he just fought? And he
I can't remember his name.
Well, the guy that was undefeated.
He took him out in like 3 rounds.
Yeah, he was from Germany.
Yeah.
And he looked good, but I heard I can't think of the guy's name.
Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley, and the main commentator.
Yeah, the main commentator. I forget. He does the Friday night fights. Plus he does other stuff too. I can't think of his name. He made a comment about Deontay Wilder. It said something about it was kind of negative, and I was thinking, it seemed like that you just saying that because Tyson Fury's on ESPN,
and he's with boxer. Okay.
And I noticed it's like that Tyson Fury's been like doing a lot of interviews when it comes to that too. Because I'll be on YouTube a lot. You know me, Big Hub.
I looked. I didn't get to click on the video yet, but shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. I saw where he was saying, now that Lomachenko struggled with Campbell, it should be clear that Terrence Crawford is number 1 pound for pound.
I would put Terrence Crawford before Lomo. I mean, in my opinion, I would put him number 1. But really, I mean, if you really look at it, and in my humble opinion, I would put Canelo 1.
Is it Joe Tessitore?
Joe Tessitore, that's his name. I will put Canelo number 1 because you have to look and see where Canelo
number 1 pound for pound.
He wiped out he was once where Earl Spence was at. And
that's amazing.
And the only loss was, of course, to Floyd
Mayweather. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to hear nothing about him being young. It was a loss. It's his only loss, so that's great. But it's still a loss. And
exactly.
And he's and Floyd's one of the best of all time.
Right.
So
to a legend,
it shows you Canelo's really good.
Right.
The only thing I could say about it, where I will reserve my my right to give him number one pound for pound is I think he struggled with Triple G twice, and I think he really lost the first fight.
Yeah.
So in my estimation, I would have Crawford 1, Lomachenko 2. If you flipped them, I wouldn't lose sleep over it.
Don't matter with Canelo.
I would have Crawford and Lomachenko 1 and 2. Then I would have Canelo. Then I would have Spence. Then you can go from there. But your boy though, I want to see that when they said Lomachenko might fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez.
Oh,
and,
Lopez.
But
Comey.
you turned me on to Teofimo Lopez, and I saw where he was saying he didn't want to fight any more tall fighters. Like it really threw him off. And it messed up his game plan and strategy, and he wasn't used to that. But I think you have to go through some of those growing pains.
Right.
Maybe you just slow down and fight some people that aren't so great. I mean, it's sad to say, but this is boxing. You can take whoever you want to take.
Right.
People's knocking over tomato cans every day.
Right.
Fight some fighters that are taller, or spar with some that are taller that ain't gonna knock your head off,
right.
and get used to that and get better at it, and then go in there and fight the really tall guys that are really good. You know what I mean? Don't get discouraged and say you just ain't gonna fight no more tall fighters, ain't no more in your weight class anyway, because you might want to move up. You know what I mean?
And to me, that don't even like that.
That ain't
even,
the sign of a true champion.
And
I love Lopez after
Yeah.
you turned me on to
Yeah.
him. I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's a big puncher. It's exciting.
Yeah. He's not no boring fighter, like, you know.
At all. He ain't gonna dance with you.
I mean,
he's
got a little defense too.
He sure
he's
does.
Good.
He's quick and agile.
I would love to see. I would love to see that fight with him and Loma. That would
Me
be
too.
that would be fireworks.
You know who I would love to see even more than that? The two people that want to fight Loma. I'd like to see Loma fight Devin Haney, just because Haney's still young, but he is taller, and I think he could give Loma trouble just like Campbell did.
Right.
But I would love to see Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis.
Oh, you talking about
Tank?
Tank and Loma?
Yeah, Tank. What's his real name?
Tank Davis.
No, what's his
Javante.
real name? Javante Davis. Yeah, that's what I would like to see. That would be a heck of a fight.
Yeah, it
and I
would.
think the winner of them two should fight Lomachenko, because I think he would get past Devin Haney, but I think Haney would give him trouble.
And Devin Haney, Devin Haney to me ain't no. No disrespect to Luke Campbell. He's a great fighter, but Devin Haney to me is a little bit better.
I
than
love
he is.
Devin Haney,
I
love his attitude. That's my boy. Like
he's a kind of explosive.
he won
fighter.
me over from me watching his documentaries, definitely. But anyway, Big Doug, how you feeling about the NFL these days?
Oh man, I haven't really. I've been keeping up with it a little bit, but just like with what's going on with. I ain't and definitely ain't no Cowboys fan, but I know it's been.
And your team is,
of course, the 49ers, San Fran.
kind of like a rival to the Cowboys back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you definitely ain't no Cowboys fan. But
No.
you think Zeke's gonna make it before training camp?
I think they'll sign him. Dallas got money, man.
Yeah.
They can.
Jerry
go ahead.
Jones throws around money.
Yeah,
like he's going
man.
out of style. But Big Doug's a San Fran fan. I'm a Colts fan. Obviously, we just lost our quarterback. How you feel about that?
Yeah, it just.
Woo! That's a
Yeah.
tough one.
Yeah, but you know what? Fans, I can understand them getting mad, but the thing about it, that man's got to worry about his health though too.
His entire life.
Yeah, because he even admitted that he played basically through it. Like a lot of times he played through it, and you have to put yourself in his shoes. What would you do? And he's got a family,
Boom!
baby. You know, so
Woo! Couldn't have said it no better.
a lot of people just.
What would you do?
a lot of
People's
people-
burning his jersey and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people just think kind of selfish because I understand you
Kind of.
a fan, but yeah, they do. Because a lot of people are selfish when it comes to teams and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I understand you be a big fan, but but people are still human. They play teams. They gotta live just like us.
Come on, man.
So
Absolutely. Like, come on. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all gonna just burn his jersey, and he's been there all of these years,
Right.
but the most stand-up guy, always professional, came right out of college straight to the shadow of Peyton Manning. One of the
Right.
greatest Hall of Famers to ever
those are
live.
big shoes to fill.
Big
too.
shoes to fill, man. And not everybody's going to be able to live under that pressure, and he did. And the reason he's returned is because he really, in a sense, of course, like you said, his health and everything, but he's being unselfish by not hanging on and holding the team back. It's going
Exactly.
to clear a lot of cap space. He could have just rolled it out and got paid for all of them years in the contract and
Yeah.
just went along with it. Like, I don't even know is he eligible for retirement now since he retired so early? I don't know if he's
don't
retired.
know.
I don't know if he's eligible for the pension. I think you have to be in the league so many years. If he's not,
Is it like 10 years?
I think so.
Like
And I don't think he's been there 10 years.
No, because I mean he hasn't, because he was drafted in 2012.
Come on, man. That's 7 years. So if he really gave that up, I mean, which I know he's made a lot of money, but still, you know, anything can happen in your life to where you run out of money.
Right.
Look at, I mean, God forbid anything like this ever happened, but O.J. Simpson living off of his pension. You know what I mean? Because he played enough years, and people like it, I don't think deserve to be able to live off of an NFL pension, but it is what it is. Even getting sued, they said that's the one thing he could keep was his pension.
And he did movies though too. That's one thing, because OJ did commercials, and I think that's what kind of helped him out too, because he was in all kind of movies.
OJ needs to sit back and live off of that pension somewhere in Florida and just live out his life, man. Quit getting into stuff. Yeah. I heard he was in something here not too long ago. But anyway, I ain't about to get on OJ tangent. He's the worst. I ain't black, I'm OJ. Okay. Jay-Z, how'd you feel about? Did you ever hear anything about that with the Jay-Z?
I heard a little bit
doing
about
a deal with the NFL. I'm not going crazy and killing Jay-Z for it, but the thing that hit me off guard was I know he was in such strong support of Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
So for him to come out and do a deal with the NFL, which I know Cap got his money, he sued or whatever, and I'm sure he got a nice amount of money because it was undisclosed. He never disclosed it, but which don't mean he did, but I would think he did. But anyway, I just hit me off guard because he was in such strong support of him, so I didn't foresee that happening. I didn't think Jay-Z would come out and do a deal with the NFL, but money talks, big dog. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you got ingrained in the community, whether that's black, white, purple, or otherwise. You know what I mean? Like when money starts talking, at the end of the day, Jay-Z's a businessman. And like you said, people are people, human beings. Right. There's always going to be something that you want above anything else, and I think Jay-Z loves to do good business above all else.
And, I mean, I think too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's in his head. It seemed like his intentions is good, because at first I was like, man, I was thinking he kind of jumped ship, but I kind of understand, because he's like, why not try to own a team and then help out, brothers to get, like if a situation like that come up with Kaepernick, then people still gotta, like he was standing up for his what was it, the amendment or whatever, but what is it? Is it the Second Amendment or something?
They was really doing it for awareness on police brutality towards unarmed black people. Right. That's really what they was kneeling for. You know what I mean? But it seemed like people got sidetracked and didn't really feel like that's the reason they were doing it. People thought they were just disrespecting the flag. But it's not disrespecting the flag. Like, that's one of the most honorable things you can do. I'm kneeling in front of you. If somebody walked up to you in person and kneeled, that's the most respectful thing they could do. You know what I mean? He ain't laying on his back and doing snow angels. You know what I mean? Like while the national anthem's playing, he's taking one knee. But people feel like you should stand for the flag, and I feel the same way. But I think kneeling is a very respectful and peaceful protest. If you can't kneel and be peaceful, I mean, what can you do?
Right. And plus, Kaepernick got his advice from a military person that told him to do
bingo.
it.
Yes, sir.
That?
Sure did. That's where it came from.
And I mean,
military personnel.
As far as with Jay-Z, I mean, I understand like what he's doing. A lot of people looking at him like, he's selling out, or he's doing this, but he's at the same time, I can understand, like, if you look at it, which NFL is 70-something% black anyway. Why not try to own an NFL team, and then if a situation come like it, then Kaepernick, he wouldn't even be put in that situation. He'll have a job. Yeah,
but they said he had a chance to like 4 jobs and messed it up. I know one of them was like the job in Miami. I think he showed up with like a Castro shirt on or something. You just can't do it, especially not in Miami, because there's so many people that are from Cuba that was hurt by the reign of Castro. I don't know why I don't know what it was behind it. I'm sure he had a reason, but people are going to look for the shock value and things, and they're going to look at the headlines.
Right, and you got to understand too, like Kaepernick doing that, like you got to understand the politics of that too. Like, why would you do that? Like, at least if you gonna have a Castro shirt on, you better explain why you. And
it's going to be very hard to explain it, because you got to think. I mean, it should have told him. He should have known that just from the kneeling thing. Like, you kneeled and people didn't look into why you were kneeling. So you think they're going to look into why you have on a Fidel Castro shirt?
Right.
They're not going to do that. They're going to take the first headline they read and run with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's what people did too when they said, even with the voting thing, Like you had a lot of people. You had Stephen A. Smith attacking Colin Kaepernick because he didn't vote, which you got freedom. Like I understand a lot of our ancestors, they died the right to vote, but people, you can't make people say you go out and vote. You know.
Yikes.
You know.
It was loud, but
It was loud.
yeah, but I'm with you, B Doug, all the way. We ain't disagreed yet once on this podcast yet. I know y'all hear my phone keep going off. I think it's a good segue into. I think the reason my phone keeps beeping is my friend texting me, and she's on her way back from Myrtle Beach right now. Remember we went to Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
But she's coming back from Myrtle Beach. She's upset with her friend because they didn't leave earlier. Hurricane Dorian, obviously, is what's the biggest topic in news right now. It hit the northeast side of the Bahamas. Then it hit Florida. Now it's traveling up the coast, Georgia line, North Carolina, then South Carolina. Well, they had an emergency evacuation at noon today. And she said they left about 11 o'clock. The reason, if you're watching this, Marky, the reason I'm not really talking to you in depth and really sympathizing with you is because you were so dismissive. Big Doug, love her to death. That's my dog. It's a platonic relationship. It ain't like we are in a sexual relationship or nothing like that. That's my friend. You know what I mean? But as long as she's safe, I'm cool. It just makes me mad that she was so dismissive about last night. I ain't even told her this yet. I need to start talking to people when I tell them stuff. But when I get upset, because I told her yesterday, earlier in the day, like, y'all should try. And I know she said it's out of her hands and all of that, but that's not my beef. My beef is, why be dismissive? I told you that y'all should probably get out of her a little bit earlier. She didn't say, well, that's kind of out of my hands. They leaving at a certain time they want to do. She told me that, well, most people's going to wait. The evacuation is for noon tomorrow, and most people's going to wait to the last minute because they don't have anywhere to go, or they might not have the money to get from where they leaving if they still here.
Right.
Whatever. You think people's going to really wait to the last minute with something like this? And say people are waiting to the last minute because they don't have anywhere to go. That's not a reason people wait anyway, but that's beside the point. The point is, even if you think people are going to wait to the last minute, everybody's not going to wait to the last minute. Right. How many you think there's 10 or 20 people in South Carolina coast? There's thousands of people, if not millions.
Is there a hurricane around there?
That's where it's headed to. That's why it's emergency evacuation. Why wouldn't you have left earlier? Right. First of all, y'all shouldn't even have went when y'all heard that it was going. But since you did, y'all should have got out of there as soon as possible. You should have raised hell to get out of there. Like, we need to leave now. And if not, it's earlier in the day, at least that night.
Right.
Don't freaking be trying to tell me. Like, it just made me feel like, okay, you think you know everything. Like, you're going to tell me that people's going to wait to the last minute. How would you know how people are feeling about this hurricane?
Right.
And people are going to wait to the last minute to leave. Now you stuck in traffic, and she said they've been on the road 8 hours, and they're only like an hour away from where they just left.
Oh, my goodness.
Traffic is that bad.
Yeah, because...
And I can't sympathize with you because I told you.
Right.
And you thought you knew everything.
But you know, that's all you can do, though.
That's all I could do. And I don't want to go back and forth because I don't like to argue. You know me, Big Doug. Right. I ain't really confrontational. Right. I don't like to go back and forth with people. Like, especially if it's somebody else's business. Like, really, that's not any of my business.
Right.
Like, I can't make her
but
go
you
tell.
Was just trying to give advice. I was
just trying to give my advice, and you didn't take it. So now you stuck in traffic, and it's bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. But I'm praying for everybody in Hurricane Dorian's path, and I'm sure Big Doug's doing the same. And may God be with y'all and bless y'all. I seen something where there was like a toll of people that were already. God had already taken their lives, or the storm had already taken their lives, and they going on home. But it's just awful. So many people have been, I don't know the word for it, but homes have been wrecked, and like vehicles flipped upside down, water levels rising to where you got to find higher ground. All of this stuff is happening right now. Like the Bahamas looked awful from the pictures and videos I saw. So if you happen to see this and you in the eye of hurricane, or you're in the path of Hurricane Dorian, get out of there.
Right.
Even if you already after the evacuation mandate. But you want to say anything about the hurricane, Big Doug? Have you ever been in a hurricane, tornado, any type of natural disaster? I haven't been in any of them. I think I saw one funnel cloud my entire life, and I didn't even really get to see that real good. I just seen somebody point it, and
I know it ain't nothing to play with, though. I mean,
for sure.
You know, just like you said with your friend, you know, I would have just went on here and left because, I mean, Myrtle Beach ain't going nowhere.
at
you know,
all.
you can always return.
You can always go back, but you can't get your life back.
Be safe first, then worry about
Then
that
have
later.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all you can do is tell people. So
And our trip to Myrtle Beach, it wasn't even all that to me. It was enjoyable because I was with y'all, I was with family.
basically,
but
we just went to the beach. Basically,
that's all we did. Yeah, we went to places like
Remember
House
the-
of Blues and
House
stuff
of
like
Blues
that.
was nice.
Yeah, but you could find that anywhere else.
Right.
Like it wasn't anything really that attracted me to Myrtle Beach. Like when we went to the falls, Niagara Falls, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Just Myrtle Beach is expensive too, though.
Yeah.
But I had 10 times the fun I did at Niagara Falls and I did Myrtle Beach. Didn't you?
Yeah.
God, it
Remember
was
we
fun.
took the boat ride.
Yeah,
and
went up
stuff?
there. Mama was scared. You had to have on a poncho because the mist off of that waterfall was so strong. And man, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was.
I really enjoyed that. Anything you want to say about Verlander, Big Doug, with the no hitter?
I think it was that was incredible. Like I said, it's his third one.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's Hall of Fame right there. I mean,
Verlander's been good for a long time.
Yeah.
I ain't the biggest baseball guy. Y'all have to ask Big Doug if y'all got any baseball questions.
I mean, but I haven't really kept up with it, so I ain't really. I mean, I know right now I think, of course, you got the Yankees. I believe the Yankees and I believe the Dodgers got the two best records.
They do. And
Yeah.
the NL and the AL.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
Houston's right there. I mean, Houston's good. Like, I haven't really heard nothing about Boston, but I think that was a great thing with Justin Verlander with the no hitter, the third one. I mean,
that's
could
incredible.
you imagine and you getting close to Nolan Ryan's status because they said he's got 7.
Nolan Ryan does?
Yeah.
Man.
And Justin Verlander, he's getting in age. I think he's 36.
He gotta be. Big Doug, who's the guy that always performs real good in the regular season and then don't do so good in the postseason? That ain't Verlander, is it? Don't Verlander do good in the postseason?
Talking about the pitcher?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Dodgers pitcher?
What's his name?
What is his name? You might have to look at it.
Okay.
You talking about Clayton
Kershaw.
Kershaw.
You right. You knew who I was talking about. Yeah. He's a monster, man. But he just seems always mess
I was
up.
rooting for him last year, man.
He messed up again last year?
Well, they lost against Boston.
Dang.
Yeah, I was rooting for him.
Did Boston win it all?
Yeah, Boston won it all.
Man, that's
Boston
what's
had
up.
a heck of a team, man. I mean, but this year you don't really hear.
That's my boys' team. Shout out to the Podfather, my boy Bill Simmons. I love Bill Simmons. You know he's from Boston. He loves Boston Red Sox, the Celtics, the Patriots. He loves them, man.
And I know earlier you shouted out Dante's boxing. I haven't watched Dante in a while. But I love his shows though.
I do too.
I watch Blue Blood Sports. He'd be on it.
I love
He's
Rummy's
on.
Corner. You ever watch him?
Who's that?
Rummy's Corner. You have to look him up. His channel's nice.
I think I've heard of him.
I love his channel. I love when he does those lists. His lists are nice.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to talk about, Big Doug, before we sign on out?
You got not really though. I mean, you.
I ain't really got a whole lot more to say. I'm glad we got the first one finally in the books, and I'm gonna get this thing edited up, and hopefully it looks good, and I could put some videos in there, and have our silly faces in there.
And said we ain't came out with a name yet, so we're just still working on that.
So give us some suggestions, y'all.
Yeah.
Dusky and Big Doug. So if y'all got anything y'all want to implement our names with, or maybe our personalities, or just anything, my dreads, his beard, like anything you want to have on. We Louisville Cardinal fans. I'm sure y'all can see. He got the bird on his chest. I got the bird on my throat. We from right.
Born and raised.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, I'm from right across the bridge. I went to school at University of Louisville, so I got my ties to Louisville too. But he's actually from Louisville.
Ran track too. Excellent track runner.
Thank you, Big Doug. Sure do appreciate that. Home of the greatest.
Just a little background. I had to throw that out there, though.
I appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah, y'all was good in football too in New Albany.
Oh yeah, we got a nice team.
If y'all watching this, just look up New Albany. What was the year y'all?
03, I think. 03, 02, 03, 02, 03 season. Yeah.
Y'all was good in football and basketball.
Yeah, we was pretty good in ball too. I remember we got dunked on by y'all's boy though.
Who's that?
From Mail. What's his name? He ended up playing for Louisville, running back.
Oh, you talking about
basketball?
Michael Bush. Michael Bush was bad.
He was bad, man. He was a beast. We got plenty of stories though. We're gonna give y'all a bunch of story times, man.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. But maybe next episode we're gonna give y'all a Michael Bush story, because I got one, and I'm sure Big Doug knows a bunch from when he played football at U of L. But we're gonna get into some story time, some personal stuff, some of our personal life, and story times out of our personal lives too. Like we're gonna try to give y'all everything with this show. It's gonna be from A to Z. We're gonna do it all. So hopefully y'all stick around and y'all enjoy it and give us some feedback and likes and subscriptions and all of that. But anyway, we out of this thing. Y'all hope y'all have a nice night. Peace.
Peace.